Hey guys, Ghost here, Daev'ja with another Destiny 2 Joke as well video. Guess what? Yep, got another one. Checking out this gun here in my hand. It is the Lonesome Sidearm, and this is actually one of the guns I was really excited for. However, that changed. So it's a precision frame, 260 RPM with a 15 magazine and a 10 masterwork in range. This is how it normally looks. I'm rocking it with one of the old iron banner shaders because I thought it looked spiffy. It's got polygonal rifling. It's got extended magazine. It's got one of the new perks, Overflow. Picking up a special or heavy brick reloads this weapon beyond normal capacity. That 15 actually ends up becoming a 30. And one of the other new perks, Swashbuckler. This weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with the weapon itself. So this one that I have is the curated roll. I got it dropped from Reckoning Tier 2, but it can get better rolls outside of that. It has some pretty nice random rolls like Rapid Hit, Kill Clip, only Sidearm with Rapid Hit, which is pretty good. Full Auto Trigger System with Kill Clip, which is obviously good because it increases the fire rate a little bit. Zen Moment Kill Clip's probably pretty good, and it has the perk in Slide Shot that could also feel pretty nice on a Sidearm. So I want to start off by first talking about the RPM. Obviously being a 260 RPM, you might remember this by the Vestian Dynasty. We've all gotten a million of those, and I know very few people who have very fond thoughts of it. I thought it was okay. I was actually pretty disappointed by it because I went into Forsaken enjoying sidearms. Things like the Smuggler's Word, the Death by Scorn, the Anonymous Autumn, I all felt were very strong sidearms. So I was a little bit disappointed by that. However, this is our first kinetic 260, and it's one of the few kinetic sidearms that we have besides Smuggler's Word, so I was very excited for it. I was originally hoping that it would end up being a 300 RPM, because I think 300 RPMs feel pretty strong. However, 260 was what we got, so we're going to check it out as it is. So in my opinion, this weapon looks a lot better on paper. Being a 260 RPM precision frame sidearm, it can actually 4-tap. 2 to the head, 2 to the body, or if the Guardian is above 8 resilience, you're going to need 3 to head and 1 to the body. Or it can just 5-tap pure body shots. So that sounds really good. However, this has a problem that I feel like a lot of sidearms have, where it just feels like I am not hitting my shots, or sometimes you land multiple shots and it takes a second before it actually chunks down. So obviously, if you hit your shots, this weapon's pretty good, right? You just have to hit your shots, just click their heads, forehead. It's that easy. But no, in reality, it just feels like it is less snappy, it is less sticky, and it's overall harder to hit your shots compared to an SMG, a shotgun, or some of the other sidearms in the game that cover these exact same ranges for the exact same purpose. It just feels like you don't get your bang for your buck, right? This is the type of weapon for certain people, right? People who love sidearms, love 260s, enjoy Vestian Dynasty, or want to enjoy Vestian Dynasty, because I feel like this is the type of weapon that you can master, right? If you master this weapon, I think you could be an absolute beast in the Crucible and shut down every shotgun, every SMG, besides maybe the Recluse, everything chasing you down, right? I think you might be able to do it. I just think you're going to go ahead and need a better roll than the curated one. Swashbuckler really didn't feel that special to me. I never really noticed it proccing and changing any of my engagement. And Overflow, while I did notice it overflowing the mag every now and then, it just did not feel completely necessary. It was just kind of there, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to reload, but most of the times I was already out of an engagement anyways. So I talked bullets to kill, but I didn't talk the exact damage numbers, right? So this weapon is going to be doing 57 to the head and 41 to the body, and it has 15 meters of range before it starts experiencing damage fall off. So obviously we know shotgun's range just got nerfed. It's now down to 8 meters for their practical one-shot range, along with the fact that a 2-shot range is about roughly double that. So this weapon ends up competing with a 2-shot from a shotgun. Well, you gotta land all your shots and not panic. So overall, I do feel like it is lacking a little bit there. It doesn't roll with rangefinder, so you really have to get perks that are gonna allow you to abuse the range that you do have. However, obviously, as you can see, like, this weapon can still easily win its duels in its effective ranges. You can easily still win your 1v1s there as long as you don't get one shot and whatnot. There are some moments where you stutter and the fight goes on a little bit longer than normal, but those quick close range melts where you land all your shots are just so satisfying that I have to recommend you try it at least a little bit if you get one of these. It was an incredible time to use, and look at it. It looks so cool. Am I the only one who looked at this thing and I just thought that it was one of the coolest looking weapons? I am so happy with the aesthetic of all of these weapons, but specifically the sidearm, I just have to go ahead and say that I think it looks absolutely gnarly. Along with having a fairly unique iron sight and one of the most interesting shot sounds I've heard in the game. In fact, it was so quiet that I would argue that there might be a very, very tiny bit of competitive advantage here, because sometimes at certain ranges, you just can't hear it. Obviously, to overflow to proc or to just cover the ranges that you can't, I would recommend running this with a sniper rifle. I wouldn't recommend a pulse or a scout because obviously you need to be able to pick up that special, so a sniper fits this perfectly well, along with some fusion rifles may work. The only class and subclass that I can think to really pair with this weapon would have to be Middle Tree Striker Titan, because of the perk Inertia Override. In case you're unaware, Inertia Override when running over a special brick will proc Overflow, which doubles your magazine, along with giving you increased damage for a short time, making you have to land less shots and just overall do more damage for yourself and your team, which obviously only good things can come from doing more damage. So that's what I think basically for synergy with this weapon. I can't really... Obviously, if you're not running Overflow, you can run something like a Scout or a Pulse with it. That would be completely fine in that case, but with Overflow, you do just need something that has special ammo. I had a lot of fun using this, and I wish I would have liked it even more. Granted, if I get a better roll in the future, I might have to revisit it, because it really might be a monster with that rapid hit kill clip, full auto kill clip, any of those, honestly, slide shot as well. I just think it would feel a lot better. Something to help with the stability a little bit, because when you're rapid firing at people, I just noticed that shots are just so gently off that I'm just not able to clean them up from where I want, and getting kills with range also just feels very hard to do. Granted, I didn't put a mod on this weapon whatsoever. I didn't think about it in the time, but the more I've thought about it is maybe a targeting adjuster would add the bullet magnetism or the stickiness that this thing needs, in my opinion. It could be a very simple fix, and I could be saying a lot of things that don't actually mean anything with the targeting adjuster, or it could just feel better for console players and whatnot. So let me know down in the comments if you use this thing with one, and let me know your thoughts on it. But if I go ahead and use this thing in the future, I'm definitely going to be putting a targeting adjuster on it just to see if it adds what I feel the weapon is desperately lacking. But all the obvious downsides, let me just make sure that I clarify that I enjoy this weapon. I think it is a fun weapon. The problem, if I'm coming off a bit pessimistic, is the fact that I wanted to absolutely love this weapon and to say that it is a must-have. But just after using it, it did not feel like that to me. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely worse sidearms, but after feeling some of the new weapons that came out with this DLC and seeing and feeling how strong some of them felt, it's just sad that one of the weapons I was most hyped for didn't end up being some god tier slept on pick. But obviously, if you like sidearms, then I hope RNG will bless you and that you get this weapon. Because obviously, as you can see, it does win its duels against close range weapons quite a bit, including the occasional Last Word. And if you guys know Last Word, you know that is a hard weapon to beat in a duel. And seeing a sidearm do it is actually incredibly refreshing. I just generally love using off-meta weapons. If I can ever find something that is a possible answer that people aren't thinking of, like obviously in the case of sidearms versus the occasional shotgun, then I'm absolutely going to do it because I always enjoy those matchups more. I don't like the shotgun versus shotgun matchup because it ends up coming down to one of you is guaranteed to win. It's a 50-50, and obviously granted, like the better player will probably win it most of the time, but there's no true saying. Sometimes the other person just gets off the shot first and their pellet spread gives them the one shot. Well, if you bring something like an SMG or a sidearm to a shotgun fight and you can outrange them and kill them before they're even in their possible one-shot or two-shot range, then that becomes a lot of fun, and that's where these weapons find their niches, and they're honestly pretty useful most of the time. So obviously using an SMG in comp, I don't think I'll be taking the sidearm into comp, but I am going to be using it in quick play quite a bit. Hopefully if I get one of those god rolls from running the Reckoning with my clan a little bit more. But if you guys have one of those god rolls, or if you have the curated and you've tried this weapon out, tell me what you think of it in the comments below. Tell me your thoughts, how you think I feel, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Constructive criticism is always a good thing. Just let me know what's up. If you enjoyed the video, thank you so much, but that's just going to be about it for me. I'm just about done reviewing the Lonesome here. And hopefully some of you try it out and have a good time with it so the Lonesome can be just a little bit less lonesome. So if you watched to the end here, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, do whatever you want, join my Discord, follow any of my other social media, and as always, have a good day.